Alright, so by popular demand, a lot of people have been asking me to go back and replay the game, replay the episode, so that I can properly save Lewis and preserve the Clueless ship. I did say in episode 4 several times that I would go back. I kind of meant that more as like, I'll just go back and do it on my own. But I guess I can the main reason why I did that was just because I was thinking that I should just leave this series as like the final video that I upload for Take Us Back, that final part, leave that series as is and end it like that. But since a lot of people are asking for it, a lot of people are asking that I record it, I decide I'm just going to go back and replay the final episode. Unfortunately, Rewind's gone, so I have to do the entire episode, which means I have to relive. Now, understand why I put this off for a few days. It's because I am still recovering from Clementine's death. I may know what happens, but I am still not ready to go through that scene again. So what I'm thinking is, since I've seen a good chunk of like the alternate versions of that, like not all of it, not all of the stuff, not all the changes. I'll just I know the setup to them, so I know when to start recording again. I just wanted to record this brief overview, and I will piece together the differences or the scenes that play out differently, as well as the choice with AJ, and I'll just try and put it all together so that you can see this is now my official version of this, where Lewis lives. So, I will see you guys when we get to that part of the game. Alright, so we are getting to the choice. Here we go. We just had the confrontation with James. Let me tell you, I like the scene. It's fantastic. I don't know what people's problems are with it. But, yeah, we're getting to the choice with AJ. It's gonna suck to see 10 die, but we'll have to do it in order to get Lewis to live.
I won't ever use my gun because I like it. But only to keep our friends safe. Please. You can trust me to decide when it's right.
Now, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I still don't think AJ's ready. I still don't trust him. Based on the evidence I've seen and just from watching the conversation. But in order to save Lewis, I gotta do it. So, you know, for the ship.
Okay.
Really?
You're growing up too fast, AJ, and that scares me. But you've seen things and done things no one your age should have to do.
Your relationship with AJ has changed.
You've earned my trust. If you say you won't ever enjoy killing, I believe you.
I won't. I promise.
It's tough. It's tough.
Feel that?
And I know I was really pissed at 10 over
that's the way out.
What he did, and I definitely blamed a lot of what happened with Clem because of him, and it is his fault, but I do get why 10 was like this. And again, it's another criticism of this episode I'm not sure I fully get is 10's character, because listen, you need to go back and watch the first episode and the second episode to really, and if you're forgetting, trust me, I forgot this too, but to really understand his character. And what 10 is saying is, and he brought it up earlier with that Minnie's going to be with Sophie in the place, wherever it was. You remember in the first episode, he's drawing the place, Sophie and Minnie, everyone's together, including the walkers that killed them. Well, because he thought that they were killed by walkers, because that's what Marlon said. And they go to this place afterwards, that there is this life after death. Whether it's heaven or not, I don't know. But he does believe in, he does have a strong sense of the afterlife. He does have this strong viewpoint, and that's why when Minerva's like, we're gonna go home, 10, I want you to be with me, he buys into it because it plays right into what he views, his very naive and optimistic viewpoint and outlook of this world that's almost as dangerous as James is. So,
Coast is clear.
and that's why his actions on the bridge, even if you don't like it, makes sense with
The
his
shore's that way,
character.
and the school
And
is
that's
probably that way.
And I want to get this out of the way before Lewis shows back up and we go through all that again with him. And I want to get this out of the way because I get Ten's character. I get why he did this. I get why he acted like this. Why he fell so easily for Minerva's trick, for Lily's trick. It doesn't excuse it, but I get it. And it falls completely in line with his character. And
The day after
I
killed
just
Martin,
don't understand why some people
you
have
already
been really
know
shitting
Violet
on
and I voted for
his
you to
characters
stay.
being undeveloped or one-dimensional.
Sim was
I'm
a
just
third.
not seeing that.
Wait, that
I
means
like his character.
Elmer
It's
voted
not
us
the
out?
best character,
And
but it
Ruby?
is a good character.
Yeah.
So, that's just my
What made
opinion
you
on
think
this.
of that?
Sim said you knew how to survive. He could just tell the school would be safer with you there. I voted for you because I liked you. But his reason, it was better. I just thought you should know. Sim was right. We were safer.
Yeah, and the Sim's awesome.
We were more scared than we let on when you met us.
That's really nice of you to say, Ten. Thank you.
That's okay. Now that we're out of danger and going back home, it just made me think of it.
I like a sim.
If Marlon was still in charge, we'd be taken away to wherever, or dead. Instead, we fought back, because you showed us how. We weren't safe with Marlon, even in his safe zone. We were just hiding.
Time for my boy Lewis to pop back up. So yeah, I know technically nothing really changes with the conversation you have with him in the lead up to the bridge scene with Minerva. You still discuss your house, the different stuff, and all that good stuff.
Louis!
But it's still sweet. It's still just kind of adorable, and yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still gonna play it again, and I'm still gonna just kind of talk over it, but I do love it. Because we're the
You're not
ninja
dead.
family.
That's good.
Did everyone else escape?
Damn right.
I'm still
We
debating
took
whether
that
I
cart
should
and
do
hauled
the
ass
same
back to the
options
school.
as I did in my game.
But
The
you came to look
914
for us.
floors, statue of me, or should I do the skyline?
I
I've
lost you.
seen... I have seen the alternative options, and it's still adorable.
Only for a minute.
Longest damn minute of my
I
life.
kind of want to say the yellow house just because there is a really funny line if you say the yellow house. It's super funny.
It's over, Clem. The raiders are gone, and we got everyone out alive. Ruby said Violet's eyes aren't infected, so that's good too.
Yeah, but she
They'll
still
all be waiting for us
loses
back home.
a great deal of sight in them, according
Any
to Kent.
idea which way that is?
So
I
according
haven't
to
been out
Kent,
here in a while,
she can
but
still
I
make
think
out
there's a
shapes,
bridge.
but
That way.
she's struggling
It's the
to
fastest
see.
way
She's
back.
pretty much
Let's
blind.
go.
It's so yeah. So Lewis loses a tongue. Violet loses a good chunk of her eyesight. Both experience psychological trauma in their versions. Yeah, neither character gets out of this looking good. Oh, no. But seriously, this really was a good scene in the episode. I gotta say, and maybe I'm a little bit biased because, you know, ship.
I
But-
killed that woman. Back
It's
on
a
the
good
boat.
scene. Lewis vows to step up a bit more without losing who he is. And that's the best thing about, like, listen. Yes,
Was that your
Clem and
first?
Lewis are pretty opposite, I'd say, in a lot of regards. Lewis
Yeah.
is more easygoing, fun,
My first.
fun, not
It feels-
too serious.
Like bile, but not quite, you know?
Let's get out of
And
this
Clem
first,
is
okay?
more hard and strong and survivor.
plenty of
And
time
usually
to
I'm not
talk
into
about
the
it when we
opposites
get
attract,
home.
but it can
I don't
work
think
in
I'll have
some
to.
scenarios, and it does
And I'm
work
done
here
kicking things
because
down the road.
I don't want Clem to become so loosey-goosey.
Having a home means
Lewis,
defending it.
Yeah.
but I do want him to have
Yeah,
fun.
it does.
And Lewis right here is saying, like, I gotta
I
defend
really
it, I gotta
thought
do
we were
more.
gonna
But he's
die on
not
that
giving up
boat.
on who he is. So, I like that.
The dumbest shit always goes through my head when that happens. My old pet turtle Jeff, my grandma's phone number, the word that lost me the 4th grade spelling bee, recommend.
I recommend you learn how to spell.
Anything new this time?
Before my parents divorced, they were building a house. I begged my dad to put in a skylight. Begged. Please, if you love me, you'll do it. That shit definitely didn't work. So we made a deal.
Well, what was the line in
He'd
episode
put in a
3?
skylight.
And you remembered the
It
skylight
was like you
just
could be
now?
happy or something.
They never got to build the house.
But you
I
can't
didn't
be
even know what
both.
color it was gonna be. I should have asked.
So I'm not surprised it didn't work.
Sure should have.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go with the yellow. I'm
I
sorry.
hope it was really, really, really bright yellow.
Oh my god, why?
Because then it'd be loud and obnoxious. Just like you.
I love it.
I accept this.
Clem out here roasting. I love it. I just love it when Clem
Okay.
roasts people like that.
I'm
It's
starting to
awesome.
visualize the place. How many floors? Even number?
Okay, I gotta stick. I gotta.
How
Oh,
many?
actually, you know what? On repeat playthroughs, I'll do the 914, but there
Up
is
to you,
again
Lou.
another
How many
one
floors do you want?
that is just really funny.
4. First floor, giant swimming pool. Second floor,
Like it?
combination pizza parlor and movie theater.
Also
Third
like
floor,
it.
beds, bathrooms, all that crap.
Okay.
Fourth floor, entrance to
Understandable.
giant water slide that goes down to the first floor swimming pool.
I want to live
Done.
in this house.
Done.
I want
I
this
like what I'm
house.
seeing. I could definitely live there. Give me a last flourish, though. One thing to really bring it all together. Come on. The coup de grace.
I do like the statue of me.
Insert other
I
French
do
phrase,
like
yeah.
the skylight,
What's it
but
gonna
I'm gonna
be?
go with the treehouse.
A treehouse. Duh.
Hell yeah, fucking treehouse.
Yes. A treehouse, a water slide, pizza parlor, movie theater.
We get back to the school.
dream
We are
house.
building that house.
You really think we can?
I really hope we can.
Can I help?
Of course you can. You're in charge of painting.
The perfect house for this couple.
Come on. We got a home to build.
And they will get the house this time. Because I know how to save Lewis. Get off my boyfriend!
You're not his family!
Alright, so okay, so we're getting to the choice. Unfortunately, now I gotta relive what is one of the most gruesome parts of this season. And that is Clem getting her leg sliced open. Yay. Oh god, here we go. Ah, Jesus Christ, I hate this. I can't look at it. I can't look at it.
I'm taking 10 home! I'm going...
Oh, you're going to hell. That's where you're going.
Minnie!
10, I'm sorry I gotta do this to you, boy, but...
Get across. I'll help 10.
I'm sorry, kid. I really am. I...
Ted, we have to go now. 10, fucking move.
Let him go! You'll die if you don't!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Gotta do it. You trusted AJ to make the hard calls. God damn.
No. No.
Lewis, jump!
Yeah, Lewis gets super pissed at AJ. Rightfully so, but still. Jeez.
Come with me.
Oh, that's creepy.
What the fuck?
That I didn't know.
How could you just shoot him like
I
that?
had to! You'd never see your treehouse if I didn't.
My
Aw.
treehouse?
I did it for you.
10's dead. He's dead. Do you realize that?
This is the second friend that you've killed. Seriously, why do I trust you?
He's gone. Because of you. Just fucking gone.
AJ saved your life, Lewis. 10 was gonna get you killed.
Yes, he was.
So what? We just cut him loose? Gun him down like he was nothing?
I didn't like the
didn't
option.
want to shoot him.
You think
It's
I
my first
wanted
real
this?
friend.
I wanted both
He
of you to
was messing
live.
up again, just like when he got Mitch killed. So I had to decide. Clem said I could, so I did.
Yeah. Sorry, Lewis, but I needed you to live.
We gotta move.
My hat! Yeah, baby, there's my hat. Alright, so this is kind of where things go a little bit more different. I believe Rosie jumps in, and this is where Zombie 10 comes in.
No. No, no.
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, so,
Good girl.
yeah, so we're back. I should have started this a bit earlier. You have Clem's hat, it's wet and smells bad. And there is Walker 10. So now we have to deal with him. I've never seen this part of the game. I just know he's a walker. So I have no idea. I do like how they had his like hands do the thing that he usually does, or that he did when he was a human. Always aim for the head. Please don't turn around. It was him or Lewis. I don't want to see the others. Want the others to see him. His trauma mixed him up.
I'm sorry, Tin, but you were gonna get Lewis killed. I had to do it.
I feel like I should definitely shoot him. Just put him out of his misery. He'll go to the place with Sophie. Not Minnie. Just Sophie. Always aim for the head.
Sorry, Tin. I know.
Sorry, Rose.
Me too.
Sorry, Rosie, but that's it had to be done. I didn't want 10 to
Let's go home.
suffer.
Let's go home.
But maybe you should have used that spear to do it, just because it's a gunshot, draws noise, and yeah.
Food's ready, everyone. Come and get it.
Alright, so Clem just got done swinging AJ on the
You're
tire.
the best, Clem.
We are about to go for some dinner. This is, I don't exactly,
It's gonna get cold!
Shut up, Omar. So, I know, obviously, the scene is different. There's
Come
something
on,
about some
let's
sort
go
of
eat.
caravan. I don't know how it fully plays out in this route. I just know there's some sort of caravan or something mentioned. And, yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my knowledge when it comes to how this plays out now. Tennessee. Look at the bright side. It doesn't say Lewis. I don't have a white house with 914 floors. And I will say, I saw what happens in the if you romance Lewis but save Violet route. Tongueless Lewis passes Clementine a note. According to the game files, the note says, "Clem, will you be my girlfriend, Lewis?" or something like that. And, you know, Clem acts kind of all like, "Oh, Lewis." AJ wants to read it, and she's like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And then Lewis kisses her on the cheek. God, she looks scary. Sorry, Violet, but you do have some nasty-looking scars on your face. Okay, so, yeah, this is where the scene fully continues. Okay, so, I do love this dinner scene. You know, like this little last meal or whatever that they have together before. It's a nice scene.
That's where Sim saw them. He was ranging out far past the traps, just here.
I want you to go.
Clem,
You're the
is that a
boss.
good
We
idea?
need to know who they are. Maybe even see if they're willing to trade. Just keep your distance until you can make a call.
Who are?
A group of survivors out beyond the old safe zone. Some kind of caravan.
Are they bad people?
Do you really want to risk this right now after what just happened?
Want to come with me in the morning and find out?
I
could
guess
definitely
all
use the
that stuff
backup.
with 10 is
No arguments there.
under the bridge.
Aren't you still mad I killed 10?
AJ, I guess it's like... You saw something I didn't. About the situation, I mean. Many and the walkers and 10. It's just all this chaos in my head when I think back on it. Clem says you saved my life. Well, then that's exactly what you did. And how can I stay mad at anyone for doing that?
Aww. Fucking love you, Lewis. I'm so glad you're alive.
This is the part where you tell me you'll be really, really careful.
One last Clueless kiss. Don't you roll your eyes at me, 10.
You okay?
Just getting tired. Hey, walk with me a sec.
Okay, so I think it all plays out normally now, like how the, yeah. So it looks like everything else plays out normally. So that is the Save Lewis route. I have fully corrected my choice. And Clem will at least have a boyfriend, and unfortunately 10 is dead. And I never thought I would have made this choice. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's
Fine.
just, I
It's
can't
okay.
believe, I'm happy
stare at
about
it
Clem
too.
having a boyfriend. That just still
It was
feels
just
weird.
you and me alone out
I
there,
don't
and I was like
understand.
this. I don't know if I'd make it 2 weeks.
But, yeah, so
I'm gonna need these to go anywhere. And
I'll
if
be
we
back
ever
with
had to
some
run-
final thoughts. So one last thing before we get my last final thoughts, I just remembered I need to include the new character cards for 10 and Lewis. So 10 dead. 10 was happy you let him draw you in his picture of the afterlife. He was bitter when you called Marlin a coward. 10 felt hopeful after sharing his belief that the Walker age will end someday. So it's pretty much the same description, but instead it's obviously 10 is dead. Lily is dead. Yeah, I'm trying to get to Lewis. Okay, so Lewis, you and 13% of players left Lewis feeling loved. Lewis was astonished when you confessed you had feelings for him. He was wrecked by guilt when the Raiders captured Violet. Lewis was calmed when you were sympathetic to a story about why he was sent to Erickson. And 10's death has left him feeling devastated. I'm sorry, but hey, I'd rather you be devastated alive and dead than dead. So, you know. That's all I've got to say. God, this song is so fucking good! All the collectibles, what Clem taught me. Yada. I did all this already. So I'm just kind of getting towards the end here.
If I had a dime for the days I've spent.
Alright, so, yes. So, alright, so I finally got the Clem and Lewis are alive. Well, Lewis is alive ending. Unfortunately, 10 is dead, but I will take 10 being dead in order to save Lewis, because that is far more important. So, it has been a few days. I'm recording this now on Sunday, March 31st, when I played the episode originally on Tuesday. So, I've had a lot of time to digest the episode now, and I've just gone through it the second time. And I will say that I get why some people are salty over the episode. I think we all had a million different ways in which we wanted Clem's story to end, or different expectations, different whatever. Some people are fine with how it was, but still would have wanted to see this. Some people did not like how the scene played out at all. Some people, this exceeded their expectations. Some are just satisfied with it. There's a lot of different reactions, and I know some of you are not thrilled with how the final episode was. I still personally really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great send-off. Now, that's not to say it's perfect. Again, and some of you have seen my posts either on my YouTube channel or over on the forums, where I criticize aspects of the ranch flashback. It was built up, didn't really need to be. in the last episode in a flashback. It really screws with the pacing, and it's really the last time we play as Clem, and it's in a fucking flashback, so that's kind of low. That's stupid. The last thing we should have done as Clem was the choice of whether to have AJ leave us or kill us, which, you know, always ends in him chopping off the leg, but still. And which, by the way, I might add, Michael Kirkbride did offer an explanation for in the aftermath of the episode as to how, and he did it in the character of AJ, which I really appreciate. He was able to kill the walkers, cover them both in guts, carry Clem out on the wheelbarrow, and get her back to Richmond, get her back to Erickson's. But before that, he chopped off the leg. She passed out. He was able to cauterize the wound using the flint and steel that Clem had from when they were in the cave, and the hay that was around them to properly burn and cauterize the wound so that she did not bleed out. And people have speculated that, like, oh, because of the bite and the Minnie's axe going through her leg, that the blood was not getting to the rest of her body, therefore she didn't get infected, and the reason why she was looking pale was because she just had lost a lot of blood. And it's a reasonable thing. It's a little bit too meh. And apparently also, according to Ken Metal, only about 15 minutes had passed from Clem getting bit to the next scene where it's sunny and they're getting to the Walker Barn, which, again, pretty reasonable, I guess. And they had permission from Skybound. Literally everything about that scene had permission and the green light from Skybound. Everything works. So Robert Kirkman said, you know what, that's fine. This works. That completely works within the world. So who are we to question that? I don't know. There are still some issues I have with it, but overall, I'm fine with it. Main thing with the flashback, just, yeah, that's pretty much the big iffy part with me on this episode. I actually really like the James scene. I know a lot of people did not, and I was talking about that earlier. I still actually really like that. The one with Lily, though, is completely pathetic and a waste of her character. I will give you that. But overall, in my version of things, I really did enjoy this episode. And if I had to rank the episodes of the final season, it would be number 4. Now, I love all the episodes, so don't make me think that when I say it's the last episode, when it's my least favorite of the 4, that I don't like it. I really do like it. The least favorite for me is Stuff for the Children. Number 3 would be Take Us Back. It's a very satisfying ending, but there are still some plot threads left unresolved, so there's that. Number 2 would be Done Running, and number 1 would be Broken Toys. However, number 1 and number 2 kind of flip-flop. So there's some elements of Done Running that I think are just exceptional. There's some elements of Broken Toys that I think are exceptional. And honestly, I'd have to go back and play episodes 1 and 3 again to really get a proper gauge on this. It flip-flops with me. But, so sometimes it might be, no, I think Done Running is better. Sometimes I think Broken Toys is better. But both are fantastic episodes. Definitely near the top for me in my all-time favorite Walking Dead list. So I'll say that. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So this is the final video for The Walking Dead, the final season. Stay tuned because I do want to talk about something, but I'll leave that for a separate video.